What it dooski YouTube? It's your boy, my name Malcolm, checking back in. And today, we have another hype shoe, another Jordan release, as you can tell by the box. But before we get into this, let me know, do you think Jordan's been having a killer year as per usual? Or do you think that they've just been releasing too many shoes? For me, I like that they've been going back in the vault and pulling out some of those Jordan releases, the retros, the Jordan Plus releases, similar to what we have today. And really everything and anything they can to give people that hit of nostalgia, whether they were born back in the day, whether you were like born in 2005. I know it sounds crazy when I say it, but yeah. But anyways, we're here today with another sneaker review. I want to give you a closer look at the Air Jordan 4 White Oreo or the Tech Gray, which is more of like a politically correct color name for this shoe. Honestly, I've been anticipating a lot because I don't have any white Jordan 4s other than the Fire Red. So let's take a closer look and get into the unboxing. So when it comes to this shoe specifically, the first thing you're gonna notice for the Air Jordan 4 is they actually opted to switch up the box. What usually comes with the Air Jordan 4 is an all black box top with a red hit and the cement print underneath. And this time they actually opted to give you a white box top, which is a good contrast. And the red, for all my real Jordan heads out there, is a little bit different. You're gonna notice that it's more infrared. And the actual gray speckled cement print on the bottom, which is so synonymous with the Air Jordan 4, is actually a lighter tone as well. So minimal difference, but when it comes to having the shoebox in your collection, you're gonna notice that when it's in the stack of shoeboxes, and it's gonna be super easy to find, which I can enjoy for sure. Rest of the details are pretty much the same. We have the Jumpman hit in the middle with the flight text underneath in that nice font. But let's bring back the box top and see what all the hype's about. Pulling back the paper, cement print as well, and man, these are very clean, all white tumbled leather. These are like an epitome of a summer shoe to me, and I'm super glad to have them in hand to talk about them with you. So let's take a closer look. For me, the Air Jordan 4 is definitely one of my favorite Jordan silhouettes. And in terms of ranking, I would say that some data shows that it goes Air Jordan 1, Air Jordan 11, and Air Jordan 3 and 4 in terms of popularity when people come to buying shoes. And you can see why. This silhouette is super crisp and it came at a very pivotal time in Michael Jordan's career. So I see why there's so many re-releases of this shoe. For this colorway specifically, you can see that Jordan brand really wanted to go back into nostalgia bag and pull up an alternate colorway to something that released back in 1999, which was actually the Air Jordan 4 Oreo colorway, which as you can imagine, was just a black version of this with a few finite differences, such as the actual paneling on the side was leather in comparison to usual web. And that re-released a couple of years ago, actually, I think in 2015 or 2016. And it was a solid shoe. So they actually wanted to bring that and give it a new twist by making it the White Oreo or the Tech Gray. And I know what you're thinking, when you see this shoe, it's not an OG colorway, but it could have well have been. The white and gray is synonymous with just kind of cleanliness and basketball aesthetic. So I'm not mad at this colorway at all. But when it comes to finer details, let's take a closer look. Where else should I start other than the upper? And for this upper, they did not actually pull any punches. It is clean, and in hand, the quality's not bad at all. It's an all white tumbled leather upper, seamlessly all around, and the only main accents you're gonna find on the shoe are gonna be that Tech Gray, whether it's on the midsole or the outsole, or even on the back heel with the actual embossed Jumpman logo. When it comes to the upper, it's really three pieces of leather all stitched together, layered on top of each other, and it's all smooth tumbled leather as I just mentioned, and it's very soft to the touch. Jordan brand has been doing a decent job recently in terms of quality, whether it was the University Jordan 4s that just came out in that blue colorway, or even the cool grays that came out last year as an example as some of the more standout silhouettes and some of the more standout pieces of quality. This one is no exception, and I would say it gets a big thumbs up from me. Moving on to the toe box, nothing too crazy here, all white tumbled leather once again, and it's really just plush to the hand, and it's gonna wear in well. White shoes can be hard to wear sometimes just because they're so optically clean, and when you break them in, they may look kind of dingy. But a shoe like this, and specifically just the white on gray, it's gonna age very well, and as you kind of break it in, the creases will just give it that much more character, which I can enjoy at least. Moving on to the lateral side of the upper, we have the typical Air Jordan 4 netting. So for this, it's like a bird's eye view on an actual court. And this is complemented by the typical Jordan 4 wing, which they opted to go white this time around, and the actual cement print eyelet. There's two of these, and there's regular eyelets as well, perforated in the leather. And I think that it is a good kind of contrast because an all white shoe such as the Air Jordan 4 Pure Money, It could be a lot because it's just such a bright, vibrant shoe. When you add those hits of the cement print, which is so iconic with the Jordan 4, it really breaks it up very well, and it gives kind of that good balance to the overall shoe and makes it a lot more wearable. Moving on to the midsole, we have the typical Air Jordan 4 midsole, which is comprised of 3 parts once again. And the biggest thing you're gonna see right here is kind of just the color differentiation between the white hit in the middle right here, the cement hit on the front, and then the cement hit on the back, encapsulated with that Nike Air Jordan bubble. So there is real air on there once again. That's why it's called the Air Jordan, because there's an air unit in the back heel. And the comfort is pretty decent. It's not gonna be kind of your walking shoe, but when it comes to leisure activities or when it comes to basketball, this shoe is a solid bet. And as I was saying before when it came to the box, for those of you who know the original models, this was heavily inspired by the Air Jordan 4 Oreo, which is the black colorway, and the Air Jordan 4 white cement, which most people will agree with me when I say this, easily one of the best Air Jordan colorways of all time. And this pulls heavy influence from that. It looks pretty similar, a couple of differences, but you know, it is what it is. But this specific cement print is actually a little bit lighter. So I'm not mad at that at all. It's a lighter take, all white shoe, certified heat though. You know what I'm talking about. And above the toe box, we have the Air Jordan 4 netting in that all white rubber material netting. They gave you flat white laces in this instance. No extra laces, unfortunately, but honestly, I think that white laces would look the best on this shoe anyways. And above that is where the nitty-gritty details come into play. So right away, you can tell that the tongue is a little bit different than what you're used to. For those of you who know your actual Air Jordan history, you're gonna notice right away that the Air Jordan 4 tongue on this is completely different than what you're used to. Usually Jordan 4s have that embroidered Jumpman hit on the tongue as per usual, but it's actually contrasted by a stitched square all around to give it that kind of patchwork look. For this instance, they actually opted to stay true to what the Oreo 4 was back in the day and give you the straight embroidered Jumpman hit, contrasted by all tumbled leather, which I think is cool, something totally different. And it's one of those, if you know, you know moments, just because it's just a different colorway. Not an OG silhouette, it was based off a Jordan Plus model, so it's a good nod to that as well. Moving on to the inside of the shoe, this is where the real kind of details shine once again. On the back of the tongue, you're gonna see the iconic Air Jordan logo. So yeah, you can flip the tongue down, that's totally cool. Apparently, that's what they used to do back in the day to show off what they were rocking with, so I still find that crazy. I wouldn't do it, but hey, can't knock them for trying for sure. And this is all actually contrasted by that satin lining on the insole, which is great. And I think it really gives that sheen to an overall basic shoe. Not basic in a bad way though, but I think it's a cool addition for sure. And on the insole, they actually opted to give you just a plain old Jumpman hit in infrared red, contrasted by that whitish gray on the actual insert. So simple and plain, clean, they'll leave it at that. And moving on to the back of the shoe, once again, this may be a very big talking point for some people watching this here today. Where's the Nike Air? Where's the Nike Air? Not every Jordan shoe has to have a Nike Air. You have to understand that kind of moniker is really reserved for OG colorways. And this shoe was based off a Jordan Plus model that came back out in 1999, which was the Oreo. So in this instance, it would only make sense to use the Jumpman symbol on the back of this shoe. And this time they actually opted to give you an embossed Jumpman logo instead of the Nike Air in this plastic material, which is cool. This is all contrasted by obviously the back of the midsole, which is that cement print, gives that good contrast. And in between that, you're gonna find nothing but white tumbled leather. So for this instance, I think that the Jumpman is probably the best hit. And on the top of the Jumpman, you're gonna find the legendary heel tab, and this time it's all leather, tumbled leather to match the rest of the shoe to give it a real uniform look. And last but not least, we have to talk about the outsole. So the Jordan 4 is known for some of the best traction patterns, I think, of all the Jordans next to the Jordan 1. And I can see why. It's the usual herringbone traction pattern with the iconic Jumpman hit in infrared in the middle. And they opted to kind of break it up a little bit, which I do like, by giving you that tech gray on the toe box with the stars. Personally, I think that they could have added some tech gray, maybe one other place. Even if it was in the middle, it wouldn't be bad. But then I thought, they probably thought about it in this direction where if you were to look at the shoe from this angle and you saw the tech gray hit here, it may kind of throw off the silhouette just because there's so much gray going on already. So hey, kudos to you, Jumpman. You know better than me. I just like the shoes, I don't design them, but I can say that I'm pretty happy with this product for sure. And when it comes to the shoe, that's really about it. It's plain and simple, Air Jordan 4 white cement mixed with the Air Jordan 4 Oreo to make the Air Jordan 4 white Oreo. It's two great shoes, two heavy hitters, really to make kind of a hybrid, if you will, and I ain't mad at that at all. I would definitely recommend this shoe for sure. And I honestly can say this shoe is probably gonna sell out just based off the hype of those two shoes I just mentioned. So I know what you're thinking now. the important stuff when it comes to release dates, when it comes to sizing, where are things at on that front. So this shoe releases on July 3rd. It may be the time you're watching this video, but if not, make sure to turn your post notifications on so you can find out when it is. And in terms of sizing, I'm a shoe 10.5 men's, and this shoe fits true to size. If you have a regular size foot or a narrow foot, go with your shoe size. If your foot's on the wider side or you like more room in the toe box, you can size 0.5 up and you'll be good. I've done that before, but I prefer kind of the snugger fit, so stick true to size. And when it comes to pricing, this shoe actually retails for $250 Canadian plus tax. So depending on where you're at, the tax will vary obviously. But once again, do not sleep on this release because it will sell out given everything else that's been going on with Jordan Brand, all the 4s are releasing, all the ones that released last month, just everything coming up. This shoe is gonna be gone. Trust me, don't sleep. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet. I wanna know your opinion. What do you think about this shoe? Do you think it's worth all the hype given how plain it is? Or do you think that Jordan Brand has just been putting out too many shoes recently? Let me know in the comments below. For me, I'm just gonna say it's an instant cop. Like when you see me leave this video, I'm gonna have these shoes probably realistically, but let me know your opinion. I'm super interested to know in the comments below, and I wish you luck. In terms of release strategy for Nrml specifically, they may go for a first come, first serve. They may go for a raffle. The best way to find out is by turning on those post notifications and staying locked in to make sure that you have the best chance at either method. So that's about it for today. I really wanna know your opinion on the shoe. Once again, I think it's certified heat, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But yeah, on another note, if you want to stay in tune with everything sneaker and streetwear related, make sure to follow Nrml on all social channels, whether that's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and especially here on YouTube, where you find your boy, mine and Malcolm. And you better like the video if you like the video. You guys have been killing it, and you girls have been killing it out there, liking and subscribing. And if you're new, I hope you enjoyed watching your first video with me because there's many more to come, but we'll leave it at that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'm giving you all the positive vibes to the screen that you can cop because this one's gonna be hard to get. But hey, there's always a chance, right? So you might as well shoot. I'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.